Now, yesterday, as I was scrolling through the blog, I read possibly one of the craziest angle shoots I've ever seen in all of the land. To Matt Glantz, you were there. So first of all, let's get the story from the horse's mouth. What happened?
All right, so Sam, it was no limit. Sam opened the pot to 4,200. I 3-bet it to 11,000 with ace king, and it goes back to him, and I'll show you exactly what he did. So it's on him. 3-bet is to him, and it's his action. He takes his chips, puts them in his fist like this, goes like this, pulls them back. I'm sorry, he goes like this. I then call and
Snap call with ace
I
king.
call, turn over my cards, and then he goes like this. I'm not all in. And I said, what the fuck's going on? What's going on here? And he said, my chips didn't touch the felt, which is true. His chips didn't touch the felt, but
if they're going to let people angle shoot like that,
that's
I would
what
never
he did.
angle shoot. But
this is what he did.
But like
exactly
you could just do that every tournament.
And everyone agreed that's what he did. Everyone at the table agreed, and the World Series officials went by the rules. He didn't think the chips didn't touch the felt. There's no forward motion rule at the World Series, and they'd rather go by the rules rather than protect the interest of the game.
There's more
the
to it.
of the game.
This is the same scumbag that fucked Phil Galfond out of $300,000 3 years ago and stole it from him. So there you go.
There you go. So the official rule, though, so forward motion is a rule some places, but that's not the rule here.
So correct. So what they ruled is this is the best. So I had him covered, but he had about 55,000 or something like that in his stack. So my 3-bet was to 11,000. So what they ruled is he must call, even though my hands face up, he must call, and now we're going to continue the hand. So now we each have 11,000 in. He has like 40,000+ back, and now he knows my hand. We get to see the flop, and now he can act, knowing we can play the hand. So basically, I'm being double penalized. So that's the ruling. So we do this. The flop comes queen 10-9. He jams. I couldn't get the money in fast enough. He has a 7-outs. Of course, he hits the king on the river.
Jack.
But it doesn't matter.
He angle shoots him on the flop too. He leads, and when he went in the tank for so long, I mean, it's obvious he has ace jack or ace 10. There's no other hand he could have. You know what I'm saying? And so when he moved, even if he has ace 10, Matt's like, well, screw it. I'm not getting angle shot at. And the guy, this is how stupid the guy is. He tries to angle shoot him by moving it on the flop like he's ever going to fold, and then he has 7-outs and he hits it on the end.
So,
But you're still here.
But the moral of the story is,
well, that's true.
Chips
The moral of
and
the story
that
is
guy's out.
I'm still here. He is not. But the thing is, it doesn't matter that I lost the hand. If we got all the chips in and he beat me a 3-outer, that doesn't matter. I just want to play a fair game. I want to play poker. I want to enjoy myself. I want the World Series to protect me as a player and not protect angle shooters. And
What
that's
was the reaction of the rest of the players at the table?
Everyone thought it was absurd. Everyone felt terrible for me and really wanted the World Series to protect them as players, because I'm sure this kind of angle happens to amateurs all the time, and they're not going to stand up for themselves, and they're not going to make a big stink about it like maybe I would yesterday. And we need to either change the rule or just have another rule in there that says no matter what the rules are, we always have to rule in the interest to protect the game.
Right. And that, I think even for the dealer in that position, that's like a really tough position to put the dealer in, where it's like,
The dealer told the floor guy exactly what the guy did. The dealer was great. The floor guys are great. They're not, they're just going by what they're told to do by protecting the rules. So we really need to get that changed.
The rulings sometimes here at the World Series aren't the greatest. I mean, if you remember the with 2 tables to go, where the guy not paying attention to the girl who raised up front, and then in the small blind goes all in, and they gave a rule. Yeah, they gave a ruling that he only has to put a minimum in. You have to protect your own hand. Doyle went broke like 4 years before that because he didn't see somebody, and they made him put it in. Let me tell you something. If you say all in and you don't see somebody raise, to the day I died, they'd have had to call the gaming commission to get me before I would have released it and made him not put that money in. That's the truth.
Well, maybe we do, though.
That's
I think
the truth.
You make a good point that for players and stuff, if this is an issue, if this is a problem, if we do need to we come back to the Poker News podcast again, which is that we got to get some sort of a union going, right? We got to get some sort of players all together.
You know what? I'm a big believer in common sense. It's just these kind of things where the guys that run the tournament, that run the venue, they have to realize that what's good and bad for poker, what's good and bad for their business, and who they need to protect. And unfortunately, this ruling protects the angle shooters, so we really need to change that in the future.
But they do a great job here for what the side tournaments they put on. Like I'll say stuff because this is who I am. But overall, like Jack and all these staff, they run I mean, this is a hard thing to do, and
if we don't have
they do a
angle
great
shooters in the
job.
first place, this isn't a
Yeah.
problem. So don't be an angle shooter.
Exactly. Don't be a scumbag. That's the bottom line.
Or a snowflake. What's up?
Or a snowflake.
I
yeah.
said it.